And I think he gets his clock cleaned in these two debates by President Biden.
Okay, we have some Joe Biden will win the election takes. They're very funny. We're probably starting with the best one, May of 2024, Anthony Scaramucci.
But he needs money right now, Your Honor. And so what's happening to him, he's flying around the country, he's landing in places like Texas, and he's projecting, he's saying all the things that he's going to do if he were to win. He's not going to win, by the way, but he will do. And it galvanizes his base, and they open up their checkbook,
He's talking about Trump, of course.
and they start writing checks because he's way behind on the money.
Right.
Why don't he knows he can't win? Well, he's definitely not going to win.
Way behind on the money. Remember Kamala, by the way? She raised all that money and still apparently went over budget.
The Kamala Harris campaign said it raised almost $1 billion in the build-up to the election, but it's still asking for more donations. So where's all the money gone? This email sent by the campaign on Monday asked for donations to support the Harris Fight Fund program.
I mean, we gotta snap out of the fever that he may win. He's not going to win.
Donald Trump, America's 47th president. He claimed victory, of course, a couple of hours ago, but now it is official with that projected win for Donald Trump.
He doesn't have enough money. Number two, he's not going to have the operation set up properly in these swing states. Number three, I want you to identify the people that are going to now vote for Trump. Maybe there's a few on
The operation.
the margin, but there is just not enough to bring him to an electoral college victory.
The count to the inauguration is well underway, and today President-elect Trump's return to the White House became a little more official. The electors in all 50 states and the District of Columbia met today at the respective Capitol buildings to cast their official votes for President-elect Donald Trump, which won 312 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 226.
And the last thing, I know the guy, he's going to implode himself as we get closer and closer. And we also know that President Biden is way more together than the right-wing media is suggesting, or even the Trump campaign is reinforcing with Donald Trump. And I think he gets his clock cleaned.
That's the funniest part, I think. Way more with it. This is not very far before that famous debate.
The White House is in an uproar, blasting what they say is a right-wing media attempt to make President Biden appear senile by manipulating and selectively editing video clips.
They do these cheap fakes. They're cheap fakes.
With Donald Trump. And I think he gets his clock cleaned in these two debates by President Biden.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Later.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Okay, we'll get a few more pretty quick predictions here about Biden winning. Here we are, March 2024.
Former President Trump, so Nikki Haley has dropped out. He's looks like he's going to be if he doesn't have any legal issues, the presumptive Republican nominee. They both have been very hard on China. How do you think things turn out, whoever wins the U.S. election in November, as far as China is concerned?
Well, let me assure you, first of all, as a very low-level Democratic operative from the U.S., that Joe Biden is going to win the election, no matter what the polls say right now. But it's very...
Oh, really?
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have some breaking news as President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race.
Later.
And very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states. And the popular vote, we won by millions of people.
Here's a quick one from Hillary Clinton at the tail end of 2023.
And end up with. But I believe Joe Biden will be the nominee. I believe he will be reelected. I believe that both on the merits.
I think it's only fair we hear from Joe Biden. This is post-debate. He's still confident at this moment.
We had a little debate last week. Can't say it was my best performance. But ever since then, there's been a lot of speculation. What's Joe going to do? Is he going to stay in the race?
By the way, not many people defended the Biden debate performance, though one person who did, Harry Sisson on Piers Morgan. I remember this was in a prior video I did.
he can win. He's going to win. And as Vice President Harris said, we don't let a 90-minute performance negate 3.5 years of progress. Biden's the only man who has beaten Donald Trump, and he's going to do it again. And I'm looking forward to convicted felon Donald Trump facing justice.
Why are you the only person I've heard in the last 24 hours who's not crying because the performance was so horrendous?
Is he going to drop out? What's he going to do? Well, here's my answer. I am running and going to win again. Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race. I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020. Well, by the way, we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black voters came through for Kamala Harris. White women voters did not. That is what it appears happened in that state. As a fellow woman, this will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy.
Do you want to know who else thought Biden could have won the 2024 race? Joe Biden again, but this time post-election. I mean, this is funny stuff.
So we've got some incredible Joe Biden news here, Emily. Apparently, he thinks he would have beat Donald Trump. So the Biden delusions have never stopped. This is amazing. So this, I think, was from a Washington Post profile, but The Guardian wrote it up. Biden reportedly regrets ending his re-election campaign, says he would have defeated Trump. This is according to White House sources. They say that he still thinks he would have won, even though there were negative poll indications.
I don't think that got enough press at the time. That's just one of the all-time funny political, maybe you could call that a delusion. Probably fair. Thankfully, of course, President Trump won the 2024 election. I'm going to finish this video off actually quite recently. I just want to cover this very quick exchange between Trump and a reporter off screen.
I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that. Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you.
There were so many good moments of Trump doing that in 2016.
Okay, who's next? Yeah, please. Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Go ahead. No, you don't. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision.
I think that also kind of highlights just how important some of these reporters think their questions are. You're going to interrupt the literal president of the United States with whatever thought is in your head. Let him finish. Anyway, with that said, I'll finish the video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.